So do you know what this is? Anybody? All right, well, I'm going to share with you. These are called the prayer flags, and these are typical from Tibet. It's a Buddhist tradition, and the idea is that you spread them out in the wind, and they spread the prayers for everybody. So it doesn't pray to a god. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate, we're going to say intentions, but those intentions are not only for Kamila, but are for everybody who is here today. It's a special moment, a special day, special people. Not always you gather all these people in one place in one moment in time. Kamila was able to do that. She chose to do her Quinceañera in the United States with her community here in Houston. She loves her friends, her school, her family friends. So she chose you to celebrate today. So I'm going to read something that I prepare, and yes, teachers, we also do cheat sheets. So I'm going to read. So we gather with joy to celebrate your 15 años, Kamilita, marking your passage into young womanhood. Prayer flags are colorful panels of rectangular cloth that promote peace, compassion, strength, and wisdom in the Tibetan Buddhism. The prayers do not carry prayers to a god. It is believed that the more a flag flaps in the wind, let me flap in the wind, the more its prayers and mantras will be spread. So we pray the ancient prayer flags of Tibet, carry out our blessings to the universe. For peaceful days filled with laughter and songs, for new responsibilities, Kamila, undertaken with grace, for studies filling your mind with light and knowledge, that's for all of you, for friends true and kind who walk by your side, Kari, for familiar ties anchoring your growth, who are present here surrounding you. Thank you. And something that is very important, Kami, one of our most important intentions is wisdom. Wisdom to help you connect these blessings as one, creating meaning that will guide your spirit as you continue to become who you were born to be, Mama. Okay? So thank you for inviting us to your quince. I hope you have a good time. We already had a great time celebrating and thinking of each one of you.
Thanks for being here, everyone. We had to negotiate very, very hard to get that sun to come out just in time to start here. Mi hermosísima. When Mommy first suggested the name Kamila, I discovered that Kamila also meant perfect in Arabic. So that name resonated with me for a few reasons. First, it was a nice nod to Mommy's Syrian and Lebanese roots. Second, if we altered the first letter to a K instead of a C, you and I would have the same initials, so we could share monogram towels. But more importantly, in New York City when you were born, whenever I'd ask my larger-than-life friend, Radomir Kovacevic, how he was doing, he'd always respond with a resounding, perfect. 6'7" and 300 pounds, Radomir was a 3-time Olympian, profiled in Sports Illustrated, who came to the US when his native Yugoslavia crumbled in a brutal civil war. When he later passed away, they held a state funeral for him in Serbia. So why would Radomir always answer, perfect? Because Radomir knew that no matter what was happening outside in the world, he always had what he needed inside to make every day a great day. Kamila, you are perfect. You have a heart of gold and a head that can solve any problem. Like Radomir, you have everything you will ever need inside of you. So, if you want to view paradise,
simply look around and view it from Willy Wonka.
now that you've turned 15, I encourage you to remember tres cositas. Primero, society will bombard you with messages saying you are not perfect. If only your teeth were straighter or whiter. If only you were a little taller. If only you looked like this instead of that. Then everything would be perfect. If only you had this house, that car, and those shoes. Then everything would be perfect. If only you were there instead of here, then everything would be perfect. When that happens, and it will, almost daily, remember, you are Kamila. You are already perfect. Segundo, you didn't get here alone. You've made it to this stage, this gran musical bicultural, thanks to the love and light from everyone in this audience, and many who couldn't be here. They've pushed you, lifted you, invested in you, and brought out the best in you. We're incredibly privileged to have all of these amazing people, this talented cast, helping you on your journey. So remember, when you're tapping on the glass, waving through a window, whether near or far, we will all be waving right back. Let's try it. This is the big audience participation moment, so I need everyone to sit up and participate, okay? Hand up. Tap, tap, tap on the glass. Wave through the window. Hey! Tercero. Like every musical in history, your own journey will be filled with exhilarating highs and character-building lows. So it's critical you keep learning and growing to become the best Kamila you can be. That means more polish from princess training, more perseverance from warrior training. But even then, most importantly, please remember to ask, how are you helping others shine? That is, how are you using your talents and abilities to give love and light to those around you? Because at 15, you now have miles de posibilidades. Incredible possibility, but you also have responsibility. And just like St. Francis's motto, a responsibility to be people for others and make their world a little brighter in your own Kamila way. Every day's a chance to lift others as those here today and beyond have done for you. Sweetie, you now get to write and star in your own wild, messy, perfect musical story. Mommy and I love you very much. We're so proud of you, and we're gonna sing along loudly to every song and applaud every act ahead. So look out, because here you come. March on to the beat you drum, make no apologies. This is Kamila. Let one of the greatest shows begin. This is the tricky part, the shoes.
Hi. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. Yeah, thank you. Everybody looks so nice. Thank you. So, I'm gonna give a little speech. So, okay. The Quinceañera is a celebration of a girl's 15th birthday and her transition from childhood to adulthood. In Argentina, unlike other Latin American countries, we don't wear big cupcake dresses or have a court. When I wrote this, I didn't know that I would actually have a court, so thank you, court. Still, it's a coming of age ceremony similar to a bat mitzvah, sweet 16, or the Amazonian Satare Mawe tribe of Brazil's bullet ant initiation. In the Satare Mawe bullet ant initiation, the Mawe weave hundreds of bullet ants into a glove, stingers pointed in, and then a boy sticks his hand inside for 10 minutes. This insane tradition is for a boy to prove that he's ready to become a man. Unlike this odd ceremony, this quinceañera does not have such radical requirements, but being a teenage girl, life sometimes feels pretty radical, and I think all of us girls at St. Francis feel like that too. So, as a little girl, you don't really have that many problems. Your parents do everything for you, so all you do is play. But once you grow up, you get more and more responsibility. You study for tests, keep your room clean, stay away from drama at school, all while keeping a smile on your face. The quinceañera is a beautiful party that comes with new responsibilities, just like growing up does. When I was a little girl, my mom and I would talk about celebrating my 15th birthday in Argentina because of the family bond. It's where I spent nearly half my childhood and my school years, but also where I'd made lifelong friends from school, dance, and from my neighborhood. So it made sense to celebrate my quinceañera there with them. But then, I returned to the US permanently, attended a new school, and began making new friends. The tradition was hard and long. The good thing was that now I had 2 friend groups and 2 different lives. I was still linked to my Argentine friends and started seeing how they began talking about what their quinceañeras would look like. But here in my school in the US, no one was having that conversation. So, we decided to go to Argentina last summer and live there for a few months to see if I'd rather be there for my quinceañera. I attended school with childhood friends whom I adore and they adore me. But one day I got home and told my mom, "Mama, our home now is Houston, and I want to go home and have my quinceañera party there because I want to celebrate with my USA friends and show them this part of my culture. My friends in Argentina will have many chances to go to quinceañeras, but my American friends won't. I feel good in Houston, and it makes sense for me to celebrate there." Houston felt like home and where I wanted to celebrate my quinceañera because of friendships with people who made me family. Talia and your family, you have done so much for us and always let me get ready for parties at your house because I live so far from school. Woo! Mallory and your parents for making my transition back to the US so much better and taking me to Florida. Layla and your mom for always being there for me in 6th grade, and I'll always remember going to Camp OTX with you and all the drama there. Megan and your family for always being there for me and inviting me to all your parties. Anna, Masha, and Nellie for making me part of your family and honestly being like a second family to me. And finally, Marlene and John Bratton for making this party possible for me. We couldn't have done this without you. Together we've created new traditions like empanadas at my house before Halloween or Talia's Christmas party. These are gatherings between friends, but also gatherings of family. Because friends are the family you choose. I know my friends and family in Argentina wanted to come, but couldn't. And I know if I had celebrated in Argentina, my American friends would have come too. No matter where I celebrated, I'd be celebrating in a place where I'm loved. I'm grateful for everyone being here because it gives me a sense of community, family, and love. I'm especially honored that both my grandmas and my grandma and my abuela are here to celebrate with me. So, I invite you to enjoy good food and drinks, dance, and have a great time. Today, we're not just celebrating my transition into womanhood, we're celebrating our life together. watching people pass. I'm waving through window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? We start with stars in our eyes. Oh goodness. We start believing that we belong, that every sun doesn't rise. Gracias. And no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear. While I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through window. I prepared this with Mr. Sink and didn't know I was doing it here. I thought it was something for Monday. Thank you, Mr. Sink.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, some of you have also been learning a song called Seasons of Love. If any of you would like to sing that to Miss Kamila, go ahead and stand right behind her.